guess everyone knows that a female lead is the best thing since toasted bread or burnt hair. Now, I don't know if I warped from some other dimension, but I remember a time when people didn't really care if a woman was in the lead. If it's a good character and she plays a decent role and she does a good job, then she's just a character. Tomb Raider, Sarah Connor, Ellen Ripley. Like, everyone forgets about these girls. And I know I've been over this over and over again, but I noticed a trend as of late. And speaking from a girl's point of view, I know a lot of girls may differ, but from my point of view, I found it a little bit overblown and a bit oversaturated because they all seem to have the same tone. You'll have a really good franchise. And I mean, this franchise is really doing well. But then after a few years, they try to do a change to make it new and exciting. And what do? They make it female, which causes me to think, is it not an insult to females if you simply take a franchise and replace the main character of the franchise with someone specifically because they're female? I mean, I would understand if it happened organically, but I found that over the past few years, it's not been organic because there's always this sub-message or this blatant message in the foreground saying, we're gonna smash the patriarchy or girl power. Now, maybe I'm biased because I grew up as a tomboy and anything girl powery just turned me off so bad and sent me hauling in the other direction and avoiding everything that had to do with sparkly stuff. But I think the whole strong independent woman thing doesn't look good when you have to mooch off of a franchise of something that's predominantly male. It's not like there haven't been franchises that center around a woman protagonist. And it's not like we can't create more. Time and time again. Ghostbusters, Doctor Who, Ocean's 12, 13, what number are they at now? They all have that same problem when they're like, guys, this is a great franchise, it did so well. Now, it's so sucky that it's dominating because it's mostly male characters, or mostly males like it. Let's make the whole cast female, or let's put a whole bunch of female writers. Like that's supposed to have any substance on the storytelling. I really don't find that it is. And as a female myself, it's really annoying and I wish they would stop. I wish also that if you're going to center something around a female character, I think if you're claiming women are as valuable as you say they are, they deserve something a bit more original, a bit more thought-provoking, where the leading reason for the main character being cast is because she has something to offer other than her snatchums. An example of this was the Queen's Gambit. Never been done before, from what I know, and she was exquisite. I didn't really think of her as a girl initially, but that became the focus based on the time period she grew up in, and women at that time being forbidden to take roles in certain things. It also became very confusing because I discovered later on in the show that there were other females who also played chess that were doing it way before the main character was, so that was confusing. I guess the point is she was playing in a male-dominated field, and she was better than most of them, even though her being female really had nothing to do with it, because when you really watch the show, you realize that the reason why she's so good is because she's a special type of character. She has a particular type of brain that most people don't even have, not even males. So her success and fame really has nothing to do with her gender, but more so her gift. She was gifted. She had a special inherent advantage, and she got started on her way because a janitor dude mentored her. Now here we are, getting an Indiana Jones 5, and that's great and dandy. I personally thought the franchise was dead and over with, but of course everyone has to beat their proverbial dead horses until they rise up again and die slower. So there we go again. Let's hand off the baton to the younger generation and make sure that in every single one of these handing off the baton movies, the lead who grabs the stick must be female. Wink, wink.
Here, wench, take my leftovers.
Because clearly females are not valuable enough to create a new franchise for. Take a look at what happened with Batwoman. They wrote off Batman so that Ruby Rose, a female, could take the lead of Batwoman. But it's not even that this was in her own sphere and we see her background. Oh no, it had to be that Batman failed and now we need a woman on the job, a job that can only be done when a woman does it because only a woman can do it right, but then she leaves after only a season.
I need you to fix his suit.
The suit is literal perfection.
It will be. When it fits a woman.
Yeah, you didn't stay for very long, did you? What a freaking cringy ass thing to say. Fix his suit? Bitch, make your own. Fix his suit. Even with the suit, they couldn't generate a new suit just for her. They had to take something that was already established and then fix it. Like, any girl who knows that that's stupid. Unless you're doing it just for fun, why would you take a suit that's already made and then, you know, whatever.
Look, it's Batman!
They think I'm him. I'm not about to let a man take credit for a woman's work.
Oh my god. Every time I see that, it just upsets me. Like, bitch, you're taking credit for his, but whatever. Let's just throw away the character and give it to this woman and rub it in that she's doing God's work because of her gender. And then when she skips out, the afterthought is a black woman. How does no one else see this as highly insulting? It's like they take most of the characters that have been established for a while, and instead of making new ones, they just give women the leftovers and then give the minorities their leftovers. Personally, I feel this is a trend that needs to stop because it's making it seem as though women are only there for exploitation or to help spice things up whenever you feel like doing something different but you lack the creativity to do so. Like little Timmy.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
He's always losing games and he never practices, and he sees us big kids having fun, but his parents want him to feel included, and so we let him play a game and he keeps crying that he's losing even though we're letting him participate, and he has just as much time as we do to practice when he's home. So you know what we do just to shut him up? We let him win a game. Oh no, he doesn't win of his own accord. We just let him win just because we want to look nice to his parents and we want them to stop bitching. He's happy, but only for a little while. Because his problem is that he doesn't win most of the time. But somehow, that's not his fault, it's our fault. Because we just play too damn well. Fuck you, Timmy. The other issue is there are people that cry out to the heavens that women need more representation in larger franchises. And I get you. I hear you, sis. But is it possible? Have you ever considered, for these vocal groups who seem to be in the minority, that franchises like James Bond and Doctor Who and Indiana Jones do well, not just because men like them, but because women like them just the way they are, with a hot stud male lead? Have you ever considered that gay men might like these franchises because it has a hot male lead? No one? No, okay. It seems rather impudent for your thought process to go straight to patriarchy and people somehow purposefully refusing to accept female characters. Men and women want to see characters who they can relate to regardless of their gender and who put on a good performance. And if somebody is an established character and has an established role, you don't always have to pass it off to a female, because honestly, and I dare to be a little controversial here, there are some roles where women do it better and there are roles where men do it better. That's just me. I'm not interested in seeing a female Deadpool. By the way, rest in peace, DMX. But I'm also not interested in seeing a male Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is her own bag of chips or bag of bird food or whatever metaphor you want to use. And yeah, she reminds me of some male characters, but then there are some male characters who remind me of her, but she is Harley Quinn. I would just find it really insulting if 2 years later down the line, they're like, you know what? Let's make a male Harley Quinn and call it Harley Quaid. I'm sure there's already like plethora of adult entertainment with plays on that. This is something I found very annoying that I've been seeing happen with TV shows and movies, and I hope they stop that because it's something that should bother the people who are clapping their hands for the passing of the baton. It's like Harrison Ford saying to the new female protagonist,
There we go. I'm old now and this franchise has run its course. It's old and gray, as am I. There you go. You can have it now.
And the thing is, if the genders weren't always girls, maybe I would hold off on the annoyance just a little bit longer. But as a whole, I think even if they were doing this with males, it would get tired really quickly. Like once in a while, I get it. But this is a returning trend for big franchises all over again. It's so annoying. I don't know where this milking a franchise dry has become a thing, but I hope it stops. And I really send out a prayer into the spaghetti-filled heavens that somehow, anytime now, creativity will somehow make a reappearance. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Ultiori. You ask, we answer.